So imagine for a second that you're caught in a digital breach. Normally, your heart sinks, right? Because you're instantly worrying about your bank account, maybe your credit score, or your email password. But what if the asset they're targeting isn't sitting in a vault somewhere or on a remote server? What if it's literally inside your own head? Just really think about that. What happens when hackers don't just steal your credit card, but your actual lived memories?
Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking one of the most fascinating and, honestly, totally terrifying technological frontiers humanity has ever faced. We're going to look at the dark side of brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, because we really need to figure out what cybersecurity even looks like when the computer being hacked is your very own brain.
Section 1. Welcome to 2050.
To truly understand the stakes here, let's step into a fictional but highly realistic scenario. The year is 2050. Direct neural connections are now as completely everyday as that smartphone sitting in your pocket right now. You know, we're moving from the device era, where you tap glass, type on physical keys, and there's a literal physical barrier between you and the internet, to the neural era. In this era, that physical barrier, it's just gone. The screen isn't in your hand anymore. It's wired seamlessly right into your consciousness. And man, that shift changes the entire paradigm of security.
So just to quickly recap, a brain-computer interface, or BCI, is a direct communication pathway between an ant's brain and an external device. But the crucial thing to remember here is that this is a two-way street. It's not just your brain sending commands out to the cloud by thinking them. The digital world can actually pump data right back into your brain. And that two-way street, well, that's exactly where all our trouble begins.
Section 2. The memory heist.
Okay, picture this. You're chilling in a coffee shop in 2050. Passively listening to some music that's streaming directly into your auditory cortex. You feel completely safe, totally relaxed. But across the room, someone breaches your neural firewall. In this silent, completely invisible moment, the heist begins. First, step 1, they bypass the neural firewall. It's kind of like cracking a Wi-Fi password, but infinitely more complex. Then, step 2, they access your hippocampal data, literally just rummaging through your personal biological archives. And finally, step 3, they exfiltrate memory packets. They bundle up a memory of your first kiss, or maybe your deepest secrets, and just send them right out over the network.
And honestly, here's the absolute most terrifying part of this entire scenario. Neural exfiltration complete. Memories copied. You, sitting there sipping your latte, you haven't felt a single thing. No physical pain, zero alarm bells going off in your head. Your most private, internal thoughts have just been stolen, duplicated, and sold off to the highest bidder on the dark web, and you don't even realize you've been robbed. Crazy, right?
Section 3. Visual cortex hijack.
Now, in our 2050 scenario, these hackers aren't just satisfied with passive theft. They actually escalate this into an active assault on your senses by targeting your visual cortex. And this brilliantly illustrates the next level of the threat. The visual cortex is the part of your brain that receives and processes sensory nerve impulses from your eyes. By attacking this exact region, the hacker completely bypasses your eyes. They aren't altering the physical room around you. They are fundamentally rewriting your brain's interpretation of reality.
Suddenly, your vision just glitches. The cozy coffee shop right in front of you vanishes, and it's replaced by this blinding neon flash. Upgrade your mind today. Unmissable deal. A massive, totally jarring advertisement is injected directly into your field of vision. You try to blink it away, but you literally can't. Why? Because the ad isn't actually in the room. It's rendering inside your biological hardware. It's an unskippable pop-up ad planted in the dead center of your consciousness. And the physical and psychological toll of a neural injection like this is just immediate and devastating. First off, you experience extreme disorientation. You completely lose the ability to distinguish reality from malicious code. Like, is that person walking toward you a real human being or just a projection cooked up by the hacker? And perhaps worst of all, this crushing claustrophobia sets in. Because you can't look away. You can't even close your eyes to escape because these pop-ups are happening behind your eyelids. Your own mind has literally become a prison. Section 4. Returning to reality. Okay, let's all take a deep breath for a second. Let's pull ourselves out of 2050 and return to the present day. Because that sci-fi horror movie scenario we just talked about, so the crucial point is that the foundation for it is being poured right now, today. We already have medical BCI prototypes that allow paralyzed individuals to control cursors just with their thoughts. We are generating massive amounts of neural data in research labs all over the world, and early consumer brain wearables are already hitting the market.
The hardware is arriving rapidly, which means the cybersecurity vulnerabilities are arriving right along with it.
We've spent decades trying to secure our laptops, our phones, our smart homes, but as the gap between human biology and digital technology closes to practically zero, the stakes become infinitely higher. We absolutely have to start thinking about neural privacy now, before the entire infrastructure is fully built. Because it leaves us with one incredibly urgent question. When your actual thoughts, your memories, and your vision are connected to the online world, who ultimately holds the key? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning and always keep questioning the future.